My best friend speaks about making rice in her Instapot. Though it cooks very quickly, the process to release the pressure on its own in a natural way takes a lot longer. So I was wondering how come she doesn't release the pressure manually so that she can access the rice faster. Though in my cooking with my normal pressure cooker, I never do that. I like to leave things let it cool naturally, let the pressure get released naturally, and then I open the lid. But I was wondering if it's a little different in the Instapot. So she said that, see, if I do release the pressure quickly, the water ends up being a bit of it left over at the bottom and it's a little soggy. But if once the cooking is done, I've turned off the Instapot and then the pressure it takes its own sweet time to release naturally. The rice keeps on soaking up the water, gets even fluffier and cooks well, and then it's perfect, like the right amount of wet to dry ratio. So it's the right kind of rice, the way you want to eat it, the textures that way. So it made a lot of sense. I'm like, yeah, sometimes, the cooking process may be fast, but you let it sit. And that part, where you've turned it off and then you can't do anything but wait. You just have to wait. And that waiting itself makes a world of difference to the end result. And, we're like that. Our brains are like that. The waiting is not valued as an important activity many times. The pause between activities isn't valued as an important thing because we feel like, oh, that time can be used to do something productive, something else has to happen. But pausing and waiting after doing one thing before getting on to the next makes a world of difference to the way our brain settles down, the way that whatever we learned, whatever we did, that data gets processed at the back of our brains in the pause time before we start cramming new stuff into it. Hi, this is the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and I'm so glad you're here today. This is a podcast about joyfulness, mindfulness, and well being for business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives, and yeah, generally in life too. If you enjoyed this episode, you're going to like my newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe. Go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter to sign up. And on that page, you can read more about what you will hear on the newsletter. So, a couple of episodes ago, episode 223, I spoke about this morning writing habit that I have. I've been doing it for over a month now. And it's been quite a learning experience for me. It's so interesting the way the rest of my day goes simply because I started my day with this particular writing practice. And it's a very simple thing with very little bit of writing in a tiny sheet of paper. So it's not like your 750 words or your daily pages, 3 full pages or anything like that. It's really really simple. You only write down, jot down fragments of thoughts, and there's a little bit of drawing also you do. Anyway, you can listen to it in more detail in episode 223. But the point is that it's the same thing like your cooking rice, the example that I gave you. When you wake up first thing in the morning, if you start cramming new things into your brain, then the rest of the day it's going to be, that's going to be the result. It's not going to be set, it's not going to be at its best functioning. But if you wake up slowly without trying to immediately look at your phone or take in information, even if you're not getting online to the internet, even if you're just reading a book or something like that, but input, when you do that versus when you let let yourself wake up slowly, and let things settle down inside, and then start with an output by writing, then get on to your day, then start with the inputs, checking your emails or whatever you want to do, or reading a book, anything. There's a world of difference with the way your brain works. So this thing of pausing and waiting, um, you need to look at this again, not just you but we all need to look at the way we approach this thing of pausing, this habit of allowing ourselves to just rest and be in the middle of the day several times a day, just to stop between jumping from one task into the next, moving or even if it's a long process that we're involved in, long project or long work, pausing in between helps settle things down, and we become a lot more efficient, and we get a lot more clarity. So that way, what we do end up doing later, what we produce or what we learn, everything, you do it in a much better way than you would if you're doing one thing after another, after another, after another. So think about this. Think of your brain like cooked rice that's already cooked in the pressure cooker, but it needs to wait. It needs to sit for a while before you open that pressure cooker and access the rice. And remind yourself of that picture every time, of this perfect fluffy rice that you're serving yourself. Uh, think of that and say, when when you have a hesitation, to pause, to take a little break, even if it's a few minutes, to let things settle several times throughout your day and also first thing in the morning. That is going to make a world of difference. And notice how your the end result of your work is later, or not just the end result, the feeling, how you feel as you work or learn or study, as you move on to the next activity after a pause versus without pausing. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Feel Good Factor. The link to my newsletter is in the show notes. Check it out. I'd love to see you inside the Feel Good tribe. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus. I'm so glad you were here today. Talk to you again next week. Take care. Bye.